I'm about to end my hips at 16, but I fight with my parents and siblings on every single small thing because I think that they are always unjust with me. Like one day, I'm in my room, I've just fought with my parents, and I'm thinking to myself that why don't they respect me? Like I'm a Hafiz, they should respect me, but they don't. I hate them. So right now, I study all night, I go to sleep after Fajr, I wake up at 12, I go to college, then I come back home, and I repeat this again. I hate my life and I hate everyone in it. Then fast forward 2 years from there. Now I'm always in a good mood. I don't get those negative thoughts anymore. I love my family, I love my work, I love my life, and I'm even okay with studying because I don't hate it. And most importantly, I love myself. Okay, so bro, firstly, I'm going to tell you a secret that why do you get all of these negative thoughts. So let's say that a gardener wakes up and he goes out to his garden and sees that a tree has just lost one of his branches. A branch of that tree has just fallen off. And so he duct tapes that branch back to that tree. Then the next day he wakes up again and he sees that another branch has just fallen off from the tree. Then he duct tapes that branch as well. Then the next day he sees the same thing and then he does the same thing. But he doesn't do anything about the weed that is causing all of these branches to fall from the tree. He's an idiot, right? I know. And you want to know something? You are a bigger idiot than that gardener. Because let me tell you one thing, that all of those negative feelings, all of those negative thoughts, the depression, the anxiety, the fear, like the sense that you are not enough, and all of these negative feelings are just the symptoms of the main root problem. They are like the one branch falling off from the tree. And the main root problem is poor mental health. Like this is what I have written on my wall, that poor mental health is the only problem in your life. Okay, so the first thing is being in nature more, especially in the morning. And before you click off, tell me one thing, that when was the last time you touched a leaf? When was the last time you smelled a leaf? When was the last time you got out and like it had just rained and you just jumped into a puddle? When was the last time you got out with your friends and you got wet in the rain? When was the last time you climbed a tree? When was the last time you went out without your phone and you went out to jog with an adventurous mind? So, if you do not know when was the last time you did all of those things, you have your answer for being depressed. And so as a starting point, what I want you to do is within 30 minutes of waking up, I want you to go out and just stand in the sun. Look in the sun, not directly in the sun. Don't be an idiot and don't hurt your eyes or anything like that. Look in the general direction of the sun. Do that within 30 minutes of waking up for 5 to 10 minutes every single day, and I can guarantee you within 14 days, if you do that thing every single day, your mental health will be completely changed. Like what I want you to do is go down to the comments and write down that for 14 days I am going to try that, and then try that for 14 days, and then if nothing has changed, come back to this video and say that, bro, nothing changed, nothing happened in my life, your advice does not work. But if something does change, come back and write in the reply of that comment that my mental health has completely changed. And then when Allah said that ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub, he was serious. He was dead serious. But we as Muslims did not take that seriously. And so bro, at least start praying your prayers. Like at least start praying the first prayers. Start taking your prayers seriously. Like this is what I have written here, that you will never see a mentally disordered person who has a good focus in his prayers. And so how do you become consistent and focused in your prayers? Because when you start to become consistent and praying just becomes a habit, it becomes really hard to be focused in the prayers. When praying becomes a habit, it is really hard to become focused in your prayers. And so first thing is become consistent. Just go and set a time for every single prayer. Like this is an entire video, but to give you that video in just one sentence, go and set a time for every single prayer. Go and set a time for Fajr. Go and set a time for Zohar. And then as soon as that time hits, you leave anything you are doing, because you know that Akhirat is your number one priority, and then you go and you pray. Even if you were working, you leave that, you stop that, and then you go and you pray, and then you come back and you do your work now. The work is not going to run anywhere, but the prayer is going to run. And then to become focused in your prayers, pray every single prayer like it's your last prayer. Like this is an entire video, but to give you this video in just one sentence, pray every single prayer like it is your last prayer. Like just before you are about to start the prayer, remind yourself that this could totally be my last one. And it can totally be that I don't know if I will make it to the next prayer or not. I don't know if I will make it to Zohar or not. So if you don't know that which prayer is going to be your last one, it is better to pray every single one like it is your last one. So do that and your focus will be out of the roof completely. But then if you are an aggressive person like me, like when you get angry, you just want to punch the person in front of you so bad that he cannot even talk anymore and just destroy his face. Well, now you can do that. And no, this has not become halal, and it has not become halal to hurt your Muslim friends or anything like that. But if you go to the gym and you use that aggression on the weights, the first thing is you will get out all of that aggression. You will be able to get out all of that anger. And then secondly, your physique will get better. Your health will get better. You will become attractive. You will become confident. And the chain will start from here. If you see any person who is doing good in his life, just go and ask him that how did you start, and he will tell you that it always started with the gym. Like just recently, a few days ago, I was feeling sad and angry both at the same time. And you know that when you are sad and you are angry at the same time, that is, I don't know what emotion it is called, but it is a different emotion. But then in the gym it was bicep day, and so I cannot tell you that how hard I trained on that day. Like the veins of my neck had become this thick. Like my neck and my face had become all right. Like my brother and my friend who trained with me in the gym, they were like looking at each other and thinking that this guy is going crazy and this guy is going to kill himself or something like that. Because I was using that anger, the aggression I had in myself in that day on the bicep. And I got that aggression out, but then I also did a really good workout. So your actionable step is sign up to a gym within 24 hours. Like look at the time right now. It is 8:55 as I am recording this video. I want you to sign up to a gym within 24 hours of the time you are watching this video. And if you do not sign up to a gym, I don't respect you at all. And then let me tell you one easy way to increase your testosterone, to make your mental health better, and then to get ajr. All three things at the same time. Quran recitation. You do know that Quran recitation increases testosterone. Well, let me explain it. Well, you agree that Quran recitation makes you calm. And whenever you listen to Quran or whenever you recite Quran with your heart feels better and you feel better entirely and you feel less stressed. Well, the hormone of stress is cortisol. And what is the inverse of cortisol? When cortisol is high, what is really low? You guessed it, testosterone. And so when you recite Quran, your cortisol goes low, which means your testosterone increases. Like I have experienced this multiple times that I was feeling really stressed, meaning my cortisol was really high, but then I started reciting Quran and then I started to feel less stress, meaning my cortisol started to get low. And then I started to feel that my testosterone is going high. Like I know this is not scientifically proven yet or anything like that. Nobody has made a study on this, and I cannot tell you that go to this study and this study will say to you, like this study will tell you that reading Quran increases testosterone. Because guess what? No Muslim is doing that. But if you trust me, go and start reading Quran every single day. Like if you don't trust me, go and do that yourself and you will see that for yourself. So don't just read the Arabic, no, instead read its translation as well. And so your actionable step is set a time every single day. Like go to your alarm right now, go to your phone, go to the clock app and then set an alarm for every single day. And as soon as that alarm goes off, you leave whatever you are doing and then you pick Quran and then you start reciting Quran. Like if right now you are not reading any Quran at all, start small bro. Start with 15 minutes. I'm not saying that you should read 2 hours of Quran every single day. No, start with just 15 minutes. Maybe just read one ruku of Quran with translation. That is better than most people. Go and set that alarm right now, bro. Don't cope that I will do that when the video ends. No, right now. Stop the video. I know it will affect me, but pause the video right now and go and set that alarm. And then if you are a teenager watching this video, which I am 99% sure you are, I know you get a lot of thoughts about the opposite gender and random thoughts in your day as well. And so how do you deal with those thoughts? Because I know those thoughts destroy your mental health. And so before going to sleep, just before going to sleep, 10 minutes before going to sleep, take a pen and open a register or a diary, whatever you have decided to make your journal, and just write down the date of that day. Maybe it's 19/10/24, and then write down every single thought that comes in your mind. Don't think that if this thought is from a year ago, from 6 years ago, whatever it is, just write down that thought. Like before you do that, all of those thoughts are all clumped up in your mind, and those thoughts are destroying your mental health slowly but surely every single day. But then when you start to write those thoughts onto a piece of paper, I don't know what connection there is between writing and your mind, but there is a good one. Those thoughts are no longer destroying your mental health because they are no longer all clumped up in your mind. No, instead they are now onto a piece of paper. And so they cannot damage your mental health anymore. One of the absolute best things that improved my mental health was this. Like if you have difficulty falling asleep, like when you lie down and then you start thinking about a particular thing, but then you go to another thought, then another thought, then another, and then another, and then you realize, oh, I have been thinking about different random things. And so you start thinking to yourself, okay, where did this start? And then you go back to this entire chain, and then when you get to that original thought, you get to another thought, and then another, and then after 90 minutes you realize that I have been in my bed for 90 minutes and I haven't slept yet. If you can relate to this, this is the reason, like this is not the major reason, this is the reason that you cannot fall asleep. All of those thoughts are in your brain. And then when you have done that, like when you have all of those thoughts written onto a piece of paper, at the end of that journal, write gratitude and write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Like, I'm grateful to Allah for the water I have. I'm grateful to Allah for this light. I'm grateful to Allah for my phone. I'm grateful to Allah for a laptop. I'm grateful to Allah for a roof on my head. Just write down 3 to 5 things, whatever comes up in your mind. And I'm telling you, good mental health and gratitude are like this. If you have good mental health, you will be grateful. And if you are grateful, you will have good mental health. You cannot have one thing without the other thing. Then finally, tell me, how many hours do you sleep? Like if you sleep less than 7 hours, you have your answer. Like you have to change something about that. Like the minimum hours you should sleep should be 7 hours. Because sleep is your body's fixing time. And no wonder your body is broken and your mind is broken. And so how are we going to do this? Well, I want you to fix a time for going to sleep and waking up. And within that time, have 7.5 hours during both of those times. So let's say that you go to sleep at 10. You wake up at 5:30. You start getting 7 hours of sleep for a month. Your mental health will be completely changed. And then another thing is, stop using devices before going to sleep. Just as a general rule, a rule of thumb, no devices 1 hour before going to sleep. Like bro, devices at night time will absolutely destroy your mental health. So if you want to destroy your mental health, go ahead and do that. But if you don't want to do that, and I think you don't want that because you just watched, I think, a 15-minute long video on that, stop using devices late at night, bro. So your actionable steps are at the end of the video. And if you want to join a community of like-minded people and make your mental health even better and talk to Muslims who are on self-improvement, click the first link in the description. It's a free community, bro. And so do good, and I'll see you in Jannah.